Because what we're talking about, we see it in families, and we see it in groups that come together, is that they all share, in essence, the same root soul. And in a particular group or in a particular family, all of which may be true, there are different parts of that soul in different people, and they're making a collective soul energy. But that is pretty profound. Now let's look at the implications of that. So the implication is, when you're working with a group, and mostly we work in small groups and so forth, when one person is rectifying a particular level of their one of the five souls, it becomes rectified, but it's rectified for the whole group. That's a dramatic, different understanding. So that the whole group is part of the evolutionary process. So how does that affect how people interact with each other? It's dramatically different. It's not every person for their own soul. But we share a soul, 5 parts of the soul, and that actually goes on to multiple parts of the 5 parts, amplifications of that. And so when we are collectively rectifying our collective soul, what that means is we all work together, if we really get what's going on. It means we are all, in essence, when you heal one, you heal the world. In essence, though, as we break down the soul groups, and from the Adamic race there were 4 soul groups, we really have a responsibility, which is very personal, to elevate each other, because when the other person is elevated and makes a breakthrough in the rectification of those soul parts that they're carrying, everybody is rectified. Everyone is elevated. It is a dramatic reorientation of how we can relate to each other as human beings. We literally are one soul. We really are one. But much more, not much more important, but parallel to that is that when one person is, when we support one person rectifying a part of the soul, which is part of our soul, we're rectifying ourselves. So it puts us in a place, if we have the right understanding, this is what we're talking about, is that we really want and support the rectification of everyone around us. Because most likely the ones around us are the ones who have parts of, share parts of the same soul. So suddenly now, not only are we one, which is of course significant in itself, we're sharing one group soul energy, but we now have a motivation for uplifting ourselves and uplifting each other as we rectify the group soul. So everybody has an investment in rectifying and uplifting everyone around them. That is a dramatic change in the social fabric of social relations. Obviously, in today's world, we, say more in America, we have a great conflict, soul conflict, which is anti-evolutionary. But when we really understand, more obvious in small groups or in families, that we're there to uplift each other, therefore we all win. It's the classical win-win situation. So the implications of this understanding that we all contain different parts of the same soul, and therefore have not just do-gooder understanding of this, but really have a personal motivation for uplifting everyone's soul. Very profound. Now, in terms of soulmates, that's even more amplified. So when two people come together, part of the soulmate contract, which goes on over lifetimes in different parts of the soul, that's more complicated, is to help the other person more specifically elevate their soul and elevate their consciousness. So it's even more amplified. So we have variations of that amplification of how important it is that we look at relationships as an extraordinary opportunity to uplift our souls. And what I mean by uplift, I mean to rectify, to repair the souls, we call it tikkun, to repair the souls of each other, the parts of the souls of each other, which are really part of our own soul, so that we as a collective soul spark and soul root evolve back into the one. So may we be blessed with that understanding that we are not only one soul, but to have the awareness that as we help the people around us wake up, we are elevating our own part of the greater soul, and our whole collective soul evolves. Amen? Shalom, shalom, shalom. Om